And we're talking about, one thing I hashtag all the time is protect Black women. Because we are, Black women are apparently, I read stats sometimes, but, the smartest in America and the most, exposed to all these wonderful things in America. But we're also the most mistreated, they're most underserved in our community and beyond. And I, standing here today in front of you, am a survivor of both rape, sexual assault, various occasions, domestic violence, and I will not point my finger and say domestic abuse because she became an abuser in response to the treatment that I was being given. I am accountable for my actions. I speak to that because I would not have been here had it not been for my community lifting me up. In my community, I don't mean to preach to anyone that is not of my community. And by my community, I'm speaking of the Black community. We are a village. We are a family. And, that's why the whole world has rallied around what's happening, because it's not okay. If you hurt someone in someone's family, they're gonna stand up and say, this is not okay. And so when I was hurt, and I was hurt by men that looked like me. So imagine as a survivor of all of these things, of a system that I know for a fact that as hurt as I may be, the reason why these men even hurt me was because of a system that was in place, and the ramifications of that system degenerate through years and years and years and years and years. That pressures our families, that destroys the Black home, that destroys Black culture, all of the things. So as angry as I might be as a woman for the things that have happened to me, protect Black women, there's a bigger agenda, and that's to protect Black lives. We have to value our lives as much as we're asking everybody else to value our lives. And so as a woman standing here that has been shot at with these bullets and has been tear gassed in the past couple of weeks, I joined on with this young woman in a movement called Long Live GoGo, and there's an event called Moechella in D.C. And on Juneteenth, there's an event that the organization is hosting called the Million Mo March. And the reason why, Kelsey came with me just to be a support. It just ended up working out. I have been talking to everyone in every facet of every movement, no matter what color you are. Look to your women. We are not standing behind anybody. We are standing next to you and sometimes in front of you for the fight, and we're built for it. But what we ask is that you not force us to be built for it. We're just letting you know that we are. And then I stand next to a strong, strong, strong Black woman, and not even that phrase. She gets to be a woman. She is Black, and she's required to be strong because of her birth. That's what it is, and that's not fair. But we take that strength and we mold it and we morph it and we turn it into something really cool. And they turned it into something really cool. So I'd love for her to talk a little bit about that, and then I can get into what I'm here to do too.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelsey. As she said, I'm here from an organization called Long Live GoGo. You guys got a second, you can follow us on all social media platforms. That'll be at Long Live GoGo DC. We're the producers of Moechella, which is going to be the biggest go-go rallies the world has ever seen. If you've seen 14th and You being taken over in all your favorite newspapers, that'll be my organization hosting that, and I serve as its executive director. So coming to you as a female, as Ace just said, and I love that introduction. Yes, I am the woman behind the scenes. So you like to see all those organizations we collaborate with: Black Lives Matter DC, Movement for Black Lives, Spaces in Action. You name it, we probably partner with them. CASA in Maryland, Delegate Barnes, the chair of the Maryland Black Caucus. Like, we pair it with everybody. So we're here to always bring the platform to the people. As they said, we will be back again on Juneteenth, which is June 19th, the actual Independence Day of my people, African American. So we're not celebrating 4th of July. We're also boycotting that day.
Sure.
So we're not shopping at any corporation that seems like it's capitalism, because capitalism is the basis of racism. So if you're feeding into it, sometimes I do as well. We just got to be better at, trying to change the system from where the root of the issue is, which is, funding the police. So I'm not going to get too much into defunding the police or divesting them as well, but that's something I want everybody to take a second and read up on. That's something that everybody can do, on the smaller level. You can just read about it in your own ways. I do want to give a second for our nice mayor, who just got a second to come out. If you guys want to come out on Juneteenth, we'll be at Black Lives Matter Plaza at 4 p.m. and we'll be marching from Black Lives Matter Plaza to Freedom Plaza, the 14th and U, with the Million Mo March. So I hope to see y'all there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives
Matter.
Black Lives
Matter.
It is so awesome to see so many people out here tonight. Super duper encouraged, and I've just really been grateful for what I've been seeing really since all of this started. And the movement actually has been long in the making, but over the past 2 weeks, we've seen more people come into the movement. And I got to tell you, as an African-American man, I really first got really interested in all of this back when the Mike Brown incident happened. I think it was back in 2014, in the fall of 2014. And I can tell you, every time there's been an incident, my biggest frustration has been you let some time drip off that clock, and then the issue dies away. But I'm going to tell you, and what I've believed and what I've noticed and what I've heard from a lot of people who are similarly situated, who've been in this movement for a while, is that this time really does feel different.
Yes.
This time really does feel different. And actually, you know, I'm a politician, so I follow these numbers. And there's a graph that I saw recently that showed the trajectory of support for Black Lives Matter. And it was in the negative when it first started out. People were saying all kinds of things about it. If you look right now across this country in every community, in communities as diverse as Greenbelt, and in communities as lacking in diversity as some other places here in the state of Maryland, around the country, we are seeing that number go up and up and up and up and up. And so you even got Mitt Romney out there talking about Black Lives Matter. And if Mitt Romney talking about Black Lives Matter, then Black Lives gotta matter.
Talk.
And I know everybody want to say, well, Black Lives Matter, that's a tough term. That's a tough term. You should say all lives matter. But all lives can't matter until
Black Lives Matter.
all lives can't matter until
Black Lives Matter.
And so she already said she's my cousin, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So at any rate, so good to see her. When y'all hear her sing, y'all know why I'm so proud to call her my cousin, because I'm by far the least talented person in my family. You actually don't know that. Like, y'all like me, but my family is even more awesome than anything you might think of me. So with that, I didn't hear everything that was said, but I will tell you this. She mentioned one important issue. And I want to just put on your minds that we have legislation, right? Because Black Lives Matter, that's the slogan. Let's get that right? It's nice to say Black Lives Matter, but we got to follow up that with some action. And as part of that, I'm introducing, we just had a Black Lives Matter resolution in the Greenbelt City Council last Tuesday. That resolution passed unanimously. So that's great.
Nice.
But beyond that, and that's the first time in history. Second thing I want to say is, forthcoming, I'm going to be introducing legislation known as the Greenbelt Fair and Just Policing Act of 2020. It has several different measures that will really get at this issue right here in Greenbelt. Of course, we got to ban chokeholds. That's number one. That's easy. That's right. We got to ban all forms of neck restraints, including knees and necks. And she mentioned something very important. We haven't had the same. We've been peaceful here in our protests here in Greenbelt, so this hasn't come up as much, but it may not always be that way, and what I've said is that as part of this legislation, we will also be banning tear gas here in Greenbelt if this legislation passes. So with that, I mean, there's a whole lot of other elements to it. I know you guys didn't come here to see me or hear me, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm really grateful to see you guys. Please stay involved, and as I said the last time I spoke about this, and I'll say it every time because of what I said at the beginning about what I've noticed over the years with these things is, please, the 3 words: don't let up, don't let up, don't let up. And of course, as always, Black Lives Matter. Thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Instead of vote, I don't think so. Yeah. Then I know you brother very wrong. No, but you mistaken me for somebody else.